Hello everyone, it's been a while and this is the housekeeping video for RLS 100, Life, Leisure and Pursuit of Happiness for the week of November 16th. And I hope you all had a good reading week. If it was maybe taking a complete off or maybe a little bit of doing extra work ahead of time or whatever that makes your life easier, hopefully. Myself, I had to have a boot camp for grant writing. Grant is the way that we professor get money from government and then many other people. And there's this big grant that I have to apply, and I will apply this February. So there was a boot camp for professors online, of course. So we meet every day from 9 to 4 and then write and discuss and all that. So that was fun. That was good. That was very productive. And I actually read during reading week, but I hope you didn't so much. Anyway, so this week, November 16th and on, what we're gonna do is maybe the most exciting chapter called taboo recreation. And when we hear the word taboo, deviant leisure, it's really exciting, right? You're really curious about the topic. The point of this chapter isn't really about exploring something quote unquote weird and strange. We do, like a lot of people, there's a lot of interesting and niche leisure recreation behaviors in the world, but it's not about sort of like dramatizing that, and it's not about peeking and staring into those unique leisure practices. The point is that collectively speaking, we do a lot of taboo and deviant leisure recreation in our society, even in Canada, right? And look at the different culture, because we're coming from Canadian culture, we find some other, even mainstream leisure recreation in different cultures weird and deviant in a way sometimes. And that's the point, that we do this a lot. And I think we all need to be educated about that, because sometimes when we see something a little unique in terms of leisure, that's where actually a lot of judgment happens. That's where a lot of discrimination happens. How many times have you seen when you're, for example, high school student, or even now, that some of your friends or yourself maybe feel isolated from your friends and peers because of what you love? In our field, there's an expert of deviant leisure called DJ Williams, and he called this phenomena as a leisure discrimination, that people get discriminated and people discriminate others based on their leisure. And that happens a lot when somebody engages in what society considers as a deviant or taboo recreation. So we need to learn about it, because most of the time, this is actually taboo recreation. Most of the deviant leisure is not harmful at all, or even very positive for individuals and sometimes for communities and society. So we have to get educated. We have to educate ourselves about it, and so that we don't have to be in the part of that leisure discrimination. And hopefully, I hope that you can educate other people, next people, people who are not taking this course, maybe your family, maybe your parents, maybe, your friends, maybe your whoever in your future about this, okay? But we will talk about something exciting. For example, we will talk about very controversial question of, is serial killing? Yes, I said serial killing, right? Multiple kills in the same MO, same strategy. Is it leisure? Somebody said that in our field. Isn't it actually best kind of leisure? Because for some serial killers, it looks like people are enjoying intrinsic motivation and they're having a freedom. Maybe they're even achieving flow when you're doing that. So we're going to talk about that controversial topic to all the way down to something less controversial. So it's going to be a very exciting chapter, and I hope you enjoy it. Now, another thing that I wanted to talk about, oh, by the way, the deadline for the chapter 10 quiz and their weekly activity post is November 22nd, which is a Sunday, okay? If you can do it before that, that's fine. And another thing that I wanted to talk about is picture of happiness, which is basically the short essay based on, you taking a picture of your happy moment, choosing 2 pictures of that, and writing about the basically relationship between leisure and happiness in your life. So really, I'm excited to see how you would apply, what we learned so far into your life, right? There's a separate guideline for that too. So I want you to take a look at that and take a look at the video as well. But I wanted to highlight a few different things because I know some of you are already working. First, take a look at the guide, please, okay? And please use the template at the end of the guide. If you open up the Word file, guide file, at the end, there's a template. So please use that. And please use those, what is called headings. On the left side top, for each topic, I have some little something, right? Section A, section B kind of thing. Please use that because that will help me mark, because I'm going to mark 170 essays. Yes, now see, that's a lot of marking, right? So those headings will help me, understanding what you're talking about, okay? And now I want you to think when you write, right? It's going to be me who is reading your work, right? And I'll be reading maybe your essay after reading 100 or even 169, or maybe you're going to be the first one. I don't know. So have that in mind. And the point is to be clear, to make it clear and explicit. And when you're using a concept, tell me what your understanding of the concept clearly connects to the picture you're talking about. Clarity, conciseness, to the point is very important. I'm not looking at the eloquent writing, okay? There's that. And also pictures, thirdly, the pictures that you're submitting, 2 pictures, right? That needs to be embedded into the Word file, okay? That needs to be in the Word file, not separate picture files, okay? So please put that in, make sure. So there's gonna be 1 file you're submitting. Finally, in terms of writing, right? I know many of you actually first-year students, you're still maybe concerned about your writing at the university level. Use the resource called Center for Writers, and it starts work on your essay and writing earlier, because these people, Center for Writers, I think they're still free. It was free when I was a grad student here. They do consultation based on your writing, but they will need some time ahead, of course, right? Because they will have to read what you wrote, okay? So, start working on that, and you don't have to write up an entire thing. You don't have to write up an entire final draft, but you can write up, first section of it, for example, and then send it to them and book an appointment so that you can get some feedback on your writing, right? Because oftentimes, we have the same issue. We have the pattern of mistakes sometimes in writing. So if you get the feedback on the first part, even that's short, that's very good, because probably you can apply what you learned from this first section, feedback consultation. You can apply to the later section. So I strongly encourage, if you think that the writing is not the strongest suit of your abilities, I recommend that you work on that, okay? Because your marking will be marked a little bit in this assignment. This is the only component in this course that I'm looking for good writing, okay? And that's all for this week, and I hope you are excited about the topic. And as always, let me know if you have any questions about the material. I'm looking forward to seeing your posts at the end of the week. Bye now.